Hey there, it's Mark Yagi. I don't know if you know this, but I have a podcast called the Wealth Architect Podcast. And I just got off a really interesting discussion about financial mindset. And I want to talk about financial mindset a little bit because I think it's something that I haven't revisited in a while, maybe in a lot of the people that I meet these days, because I think we're really sucked into politics. And that is the concept of scarcity mindset versus an abundance mindset. So I want to kind of take a moment to talk about that because most people are running around with a scarcity mindset. We're programmed in our society to not feel like we have enough, right? Don't you agree? Like, don't you want more? Like, it's okay to want more. Don't you feel like maybe some of those, if you were talking to somebody in, I don't know, let's call it Thailand or Mozambique, and you were sitting here having a conversation, the problems that you have wouldn't be on the same par, right? If that's a thing, with the people that you're speaking with. You'd be saying, well, I want a Lexus, or I want a Mercedes, or I want a nicer SUV, or whatever. And they'd be like, God, it'd be nice to just have a car, right? And so what if we programmed ourselves that maybe that wanting, that needing, that desire is a level of scarcity. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting something, but now what if we came at it from a level of abundance? What if we just had the things that we wanted in our lives because they just appeared to us? We attracted them. And so I want you to start thinking about getting away from a scarcity mindset. Basically, that means getting away from a negative mindset and moving to a more positive mindset or a more abundance mindset. I believe in the concept of crowding out, right? If you're laughing your butt off, you're not going to be thinking about crying. If you're feeling grateful, you're not going to be thinking about feeling angry, right? So if you can crowd out those negative emotions and replace them with positive ones, then so much the better. Let's talk about abundance, right? Scarcity comes from a mentality that's I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have enough. And a lot of that was programmed even before we were even able to speak, right? We were picking up cues about scarcity from the moment we were, programmed by our parents, news, our friends growing up, our schools, all these kinds of things, right? Maybe that didn't stick to you and maybe you have an abundance mindset. The opposite is also true as well. But most people have a negative mindset or a scarcity mindset because it's in our programming and our culture. Now, what would happen if you switched that every time you had a negative thought, every time you had a scarcity thought, you switched it to an abundance thought? So I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to create more of an abundance mindset in your life. And you'll be amazed how you attract things into your life just by creating an abundance mindset. The first one is something that I know you've heard, but I want to talk about it because I think it's critical, and it's called practicing gratitude. And not just every once in a while giving it a yeah, attaboy, but like really being grateful. I know that I get to walk out in the backyard and I'm really grateful for the flowers and I'm grateful for nature because I live in a beautiful place with a lot of nature. And I'm grateful for that. I'm also grateful for the people in my life. I'm grateful for the things that I have, but I'm more grateful for the experiences and the magic moments that I have. So creating that gratitude every day and recording it, maybe in a gratitude journal, at least saying it out loud, giving yourself permission to be grateful. Such a big thing because when you're grateful, again, it's hard to be thinking about negative things when you're filling your heart with such gratitude. The second one is to surround yourself with positive influences, right? You ever have that friend or that person in your life that every time you talk to them, they're like, wah, wah, wah. There's always something negative going on. And if you were able to just kind of move that energy out of your life, you could replace it with some positive energy, right? Because I know you know some people like this that every time they walk into the room, they're like, you smile because they're smiling. You feel sucked into their positive energy because they have it, right? So you've got to surround yourself with more of those people, and make a conscious effort to get more of those people in your life. I'm not saying you need to get rid of the negative people in your life. Negativity in life happens to us for sure, but in some cases, you certainly need to get yourself around some more positive people. And then finally, I would say focus on growth and learning. I mean, you're watching this right now because you're probably one of those people that likes to learn things. And so you're focusing on growth and learning. More of that, right? The more we grow and learn, the more we feel like we're making progress in life. Making progress is actually a human need, right? The more progress we can make, the more satisfied we can get. Think about it, right? Think about when you learned something, whether it was how to cook or how to get a golf ball or how to invest or whatever it was, you learned something and you feel like you moved forward. That's the beauty of this brain, right? We're not animals that we just wake up in the morning and look for the next thing to eat or drink. We wake up and we look for the next thing that expands our minds and expands our human ability to live a great life. So focus on those three things and have more abundance in your life. And the more you kind of create that abundance energy, I know it's a little woo-woo, but meditate on it. That's one of the biggest things that Ray Dalio, one of the greatest investors of all time, says you've got to do is harness the power of meditation. Meditate on abundance, meditate on gratitude. And if you do, what will happen is you will start to attract so much more abundance in your life. See you next time. Take care.